Hello everyone, welcome to a new series I'm calling Nuzlocke Done Quick. Today's Pokemon will be Mewtwo. We're gonna see how quickly I can do a Nuzlocke using only this one Pokemon in battle. I'm sure some of you are gonna be smart and say, you can't do a Nuzlocke with only Mewtwo. You can't learn all the HMs. And you're correct, I'm gonna need some HM slaves. But no time for that, I got my first battle against my rival. One Psychic easily takes care of Squirtle, and because if Mewtwo could not take out Squirtle, just take away my trainer card now. As you can tell by now, I am not using any kind of script. I'm just watching the footage in real time and discussing what's going on and maybe kind of give you a bit of a mindset of what was going through my head at the time while the footage quickly passes by me. The parcel to Oak, my rival comes back and we have the Pokedex now on my way to go to Pewter City. Mewtwo in Generation 1 is by far the best Pokemon in the game. There are a few things that happen. Firstly, it has a crazy high special stat. A special stat, I believe, of like one... Oh man, I can't remember off the top of my head. I should have wrote notes down. But yeah, it's stupid high. That's the point. And in this game, special stat is one stat. So if a special stat's like 150, its special attack and special defense are 150. See, this is quick. I just made it to Brock. A couple of Psychics takes care of his Geodude and his Onix, and I quickly got my first badge while taking just like a few hit points of damage. No time for a Pokemon Center, I got a few mandatory trainer battles I need to face. If you haven't been able to tell by now, I am pretty much going to run away from every single wild Pokemon, and I'm only going to battle trainers that I absolutely can't avoid. Because, honestly, I don't think I need to train up to the max level to get the most out of Mewtwo. And it's not like it's going to help me anyway because Mewtwo cannot learn any new moves until level 70. And right now, as I'm saying these words, I'm only at level 11. So how is Mewtwo going to learn new moves? TM. Right now, Mewtwo only knows Confusion, Swift, Disable, and Psychic. One of those moves is really good, with the other ones being okay. This will probably get me through most of the game because, well, nothing resists Psychic in Generation 1. They had to balance that out in Generation 2 with the Steel types on other things, and then we have the Dark type, but that's a whole different can of worms. I grabbed TM1 because I'm going to need that for my battle against Misty, which contains Mega Punch. I'll explain why I need that in a few minutes. But here, yeah, like I was saying before, Mewtwo is nigh untouchable in Generation 1. The only thing that would make this Mewtwo more OP is if it knew Amnesia, which, spoilers, I am not going to be able to use at all. If you haven't been able to tell by now, there is absolutely no script, so that's why I might be stumbling with my words a little bit, and doing a lot of my has and all that other fun stuff. So I'm battling this nerd right now to get the lovely fossil, and all hail Lord Dome. Post your hate in the comments below. So I could go straight for Misty, but since Misty actually has a Pokemon that can resist my moves, I'm gonna battle all the trainers on the route above and defeat all the trainers on Nugget Bridge so I can get my level pretty close to it. As I easily defeat my rival for the second time, thanks to town with Confusion, Psychic, and some Swift action. So now I gotta defeat all the trainers on Nugget Bridge and then make my way to Bill's place. I'll get the SSN ticket, and then once I grab the SSN ticket, I can battle Misty. The reason why I'm doing this first, like I mentioned, is because, well, Starmie can resist my Psychic attacks, and since Starmie also has a pretty high crit rate, I didn't want to risk being wiped thanks to a crit. If you didn't know, crits are all calculated through a Pokemon speed in Generation 1. And I believe I said this before, but I think Starmie has like a 1 in 5 chance of critting, so in the best scenarios, once every 5 turns, I might get crit, and that is a mathematical statistic that I did not want to be a part of. I didn't want to have to go back and do this all over again, even though I think I've only been playing this game in real time for maybe about, I don't know, 20 minutes. You'll see the final time at the end of the game how long it actually took me to beat this. Gee, no spoilers. Something else I thought I'd let you know is that I was hoping to have this video out February 7th because that was Mewtwo's birthday. But I had some real-life events and sickness due to a certain virus that YouTube does not like me talking about that kind of delayed this. Unfortunately, I also know that someone else did a video very similar to this using Fire Red. But by the time I had saw that video, I had to record most of the game footage for this video, and I did not want to just scrap it and move on to something else because, hey, if I record all the footage, I might as well use it. And let's be honest, when two channels are dedicated to making videos about something very similar, there is bound to be some overlap here and there. So we just have battle against Misty now. Psychic easily took care of Staryu, and a combination of Mega Punch and Psychic takes care of Starmie, got my second badge. While yeah, Starmie does resist my attacks, there's really not much that Starmie could have done in return. Besides a crit, I knew nothing would be able to take me out. So now I'm going down to the SSN as per usual. I'm just avoiding most of the trainers that I can and running away from any Pokemon. I am going to need my first HM Slate pretty soon though, but I'll probably grab that after I do everything I need to do at the SSN. And on the SSN, like I said before, the only real battle I need to do there is my trainer, but there's one other TM on that boat that I want to grab, that I will probably replace for Mega Punch because it has a higher accuracy, and it has a great secondary effect as well. I'm going to talk to this old guy and grab the bike because I'm going to be using the bike path later on, so having the bike voucher is really going to help me out. So we're going to board the SSN, and go into this room. I'm going to have to battle a couple of trainers here because I want the item that's in this room. A couple of Nidorans I easily taken out with Confusion. I'm at level 22 now, and I grabbed TM8, which contains Body Slam, which I immediately replaced Mega Punch for because I don't need it anymore. Mega Punch kind of sucks, I just need it for Starmie. Now am I on to my third battle with my rival. Psychic one-shots both his Pidgeotto and his Raticate, and all the physical moves takes care of Kadabra and another Psychic for Wartortle. Easy breezy. Take care of the seasick captain, and now I can leave the boat. It can sail off into the distance, never to be seen again. But to get into Lieutenant Surge's gym, I need a HM user for a cut. So I went up to the route above and got myself an Oddish. Thankfully not one-shot critting it. That still counts, right? Like I said, Oddish is not going to do anything in this besides just kind of get me into Surge's gym. I promise you, I have the footage to prove it. And here comes the fun part. Lieutenant Surge's little puzzle here. I'm gonna skip through this because this took me a lot longer than it should have. Honestly, I think I was at this alone for like, I don't know, a good 5 or 10 minutes before I finally got the right combination of switches. I hate this puzzle so much. It's all luck reliant. I have nothing. I was even kind of trying to cheat and just kind of save, but I think there's a glitch where if you save, it might not, the second key might not show up because it's supposed to be adjacent to like the first switch. And yeah, this really pissed me off, I'm not gonna lie. And I actually one of the trainer battles I was kind of hoping to avoid. Oh my god, this is the worst, one of the worst puzzles in the game. So once I finally find both the switches, I can battle Surge. Of course, Surge there's not really much to talk about here. Psychic one-shots Voltorb, as well as Pikachu, and Raichu I think takes 2 attacks to go down. And I just made it just under the level cap. I just noticed that looking back at the footage. Yeah, it's kind of tight here for the between the second and third gym because there's only a extra 3 levels. I had to be very, very sparing and make sure I battle as few trainers as possible here. But once I get past Surge, I don't really have to worry about over leveling anymore. I'm gonna head back to Cerulean, grab the bike, and then head over to Dark Tunnel where I'm gonna blindly walk around and hope for the best. I'm gonna probably speed up the footage here a bit too because there isn't really much worth talking about. Taking out all the weaker trainers with my weaker moves and then running away from every trainer like a scared little girl. Apologies to all scared little girls watching this video. Now I'm sure some of you have seen at least one Nuzlocke by now, but if some chance you don't know what a Nuzlocke is and I've been talking for like the last 10 minutes without explaining what a Nuzlocke is, I'll have a full list of what a Nuzlocke actually is in the description below. But the two main things you need to know is that if a Pokemon faints, it's considered dead, and you can't. Well, I guess a second rule here doesn't really apply. You know, you're only allowed catching the first Pokemon in any given route, since I'm only using one Pokemon to defeat this run, or to attempt to defeat this run, and you have to nickname every single Pokemon. Hence why I named this Mewtwo Mew-san. You know, Mew 3, San for 3, and you know, San could also be Mr. So Mr. Mewtwo. That was my mindset. It's punny, okay? Leave me alone. I guess the only other question would be would Mewtwo be able to actually defeat a run in Crystal just as easily as this one? That could be a future video. If you actually enjoy this format and just watching me stumble upon my words, let me know in the comments and I'll do another type of Nuzlocke done quick video like this one. Or if you think I should just try and just, maybe write a script out ahead of time so I'm not sounding like a blithering idiot, I can do that too. Holy! Because, yeah, this is going through the seat of my teeth. I am not used to this, but hey, sometimes you just gotta step outside your comfort zone and see what works. Because, you know what, you can't play it safe all the time. Honestly, it gets boring making the same kind of video over and over and over and over again. Here, okay, here's the battle against Erika. Not much to talk about here. 2 of her Pokemon are part poison, so they easily get one shot with Psychic. And Tangela wasn't much of a challenge either, being the only pure Grass-type Pokemon you can find in this region. Seriously, every other Grass-type Pokemon is like Grass Poison, and Execute line being Grass Psychic. So now I gotta go into the Rocket Game Corner and grab the Silph. Of course, as you can imagine, battling against the Rocket Grunts is an easy enough affair. They mostly have Poison-type Pokemon, which Psychic-type Pokemon are strong against. So again, we're just gonna really fast forward for this section of the game because they're not really much worth talking about here. And you don't want me to hear me say, okay, I took out this Pokemon with Psychic and this Pokemon with Confusion, a little Body Slam here, and maybe some Swift Action here. You don't need to know all that. But why am I trying to show you as much of the game footage as I possibly can? Mostly for validation purposes, in all honesty. I just want to show, yeah, I'm actually doing this all quick. Although I will admit, I had to do this in about 2 sessions because, I live in a busy household and I don't have... Sometimes it's hard for me to find the time to do an hour of recording, let alone how long this actually took me to beat. Which, it wasn't long. Don't get me wrong, this went by pretty quick. This is definitely probably the easiest Nuzlocke I've done by far. But the point being is that still, it's hard for me to find time to always be recording stuff between, daddy time and all that fun stuff. Okay, Giovanni's out in here and he is easily defeated, which is quite a surprise because usually in all my other playthroughs, Giovanni's been a bit of a problem. So we're gonna head out of the, I got the Silph now, we're gonna head back to Pokemon Tower. But I'm also gonna do a couple of things here and I'm gonna give the guards a drink. I'm also gonna talk to a girl on the roof here and give her a drink because she gives me the TM for Ice Beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention this earlier, but one of the TMs I got from Lieutenant Surge, I'm definitely gonna wanna use because he gave me Thunderbolts, which is gonna come in handy for a lot of water and flying type Pokemon. And Ice Beam is going to be really handy against Lance later on too. So coverage and pretty much the move set of Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Psychic, and Body Slam is pretty much going to be, that's my move set for the remainder of the game. I don't need anything else. Have all my bases covered. I have potential for Paralysis, potential for Freeze, which is really hard to get around in Generation 1. And Special Drops of Psychic is also amazing. Just chef's kiss right there. Alright, another battle against my rival. Another easy win there for me. Now we're going to climb Pokemon Tower. I'm going to avoid most of these challengers when possible. Not that I need to worry about Ghosts because in Generation 1, Ghost-type Pokemon are actually not great against Psychic types. Psychic types are immune to Ghost-type attacks. And since the Ghastly line is Ghost Psychic, they are easily one-shot with Confusion or Psychic. No problems here. We're going to get to the Ghost of Marowak, easily knock that out, take care of a few more Rocket Grunts, get the Poké Flute from Mr. Fuji, and then we're going to do a few other things first before I challenge my next gym. Which, yeah, because if you've noticed here on screen, I have showing you all the level caps I'm following. Erika's level cap was 29, the next one up is 43, and I am quite a ways away from 43. Although I'm sure I can rush down the Fuchsia City right now and easily defeat Koga, but I just want to minimize backtracking as much as possible. So instead of challenging Koga right away, I'm going to head out to Silph and defeat a few more Rocket Grunts. Fun stuff, I know. This session of the game, there's not really much worth talking about, as I'm sure you can imagine. normal trainers are not gonna be a problem. Unless you're an idiot. Like I am. But don't worry, I honestly, nothing went wrong. Nothing went wrong, I promise. Holy moly. But yeah, I'm also trying to avoid most of the rocket trainers, so I actually looked up where the key and all the stuff was so I can avoid as many rocket grunts as possible. So I got the card key so I can get some, quickly get to Giovanni. I need to go down to the 3rd floor, use the warp panel, which takes us to the 9th floor, where I battle my rival again. Which, again, he isn't that much of an issue. He isn't an issue at all, actually. At this point, I have the moveset I need to easily defeat pretty much any trainer I come across. Once my rival's defeated, I can actually battle Giovanni, but I'm also going to grab the Lapras here because I'm going to need an HM user for Strength and Surf. Mewtwo could learn Strength, but I need all the moves I can get. I mean, I'm sure substituting Body Slam for Strength isn't the worst thing in the world as I come up against some Giovanni. Again, Mewtwo one-shots everything here, thanks to its part poison typing, and his grounds just get one-shot from Ice Beam, so yay, fun stuff. Back down, now I'm gonna go and challenge Sabrina after I heal up my team. I'm also gonna deposit a few items here because one of the worst things about Generation 1 is the item count. You can only hold 20 items in your bag at a time, which is not enough. I'm glad they fixed that Generation 2, giving like each specific item, I guess, component its own like separate bag. Have a bag for TMs, a bag for key items, and then a bag for regular items. Okay, Sabrina here. Her first 3 Pokemon are an issue, but surprisingly, Body Slam does not actually one-shot her Alakazam. I had used Recover quite a few times, but it's not like Alakazam could have done much to take me out anyway. So it's just a matter of Body Slamming it, and then watch as it used Recover to restore some of its HP. Body Slam, rinse, cycle, repeat. There we go. Wham bam, don't worry, arigato ma'am. Got my 6th badge. Off to the bike path, take care of the Snorlax here, and then get down to Koga. And then the battle against Koga. Again, not much worth talking about. Why did I make this video? Why did I think this was a good idea? I really don't know what to say here. It's like, yeah, I used Psych against all of Koga's Pokemon, and they all got one-shotted. It was really easy. This was too easy. And then after that, there's just, another long stretch of me going into the Safari Zone, getting the HM for Surf, and then getting the Warden's Teeth so I can get the HM for Strength. The only thing, I took the bike path back up because I know what path I need to take, and because I did not catch a Pokemon that knew Fly. In hindsight, I probably could have done that, shaved a few more minutes off my time, but, minor things in the grand scheme of things. Not like it really made matter, it probably just would save me a few minutes, and just meant one more Pokemon in my Pokedex. The only thing that was worth noting in Safari Zone is I accidentally caught a Nidoran thanks to a misclick. But yeah, I'm really going to speed up the footage here until I get to Blaine, because it's just pretty much a bunch of dead stuff and me trying to get the secret key for Blaine's gym, because, they couldn't just let you walk into Blaine's gym, you had to get the key. They had to extend the game somehow. But like I had mentioned before, I was really hoping to have this video out by Mewtwo's birthday, but lo and behold, like I mentioned before, that did not happen. So let's all wish Mewtwo a happy birthday in the comments below. A happy belated birthday, Mewtwo. After all the crap he went through, you deserve it. You're genetically engineered to be the best, and in this generation, you definitely were the best. Kampai. And if by some chance watching in the future and see this on Mewtwo's birthday, wish Mewtwo a happy birthday regardless. He deserves your love. It also helps with the algorithm because apparently YouTube wants people to, comment on your video for audience interaction. So after assembling about the secret mansion, I make it to Blaine. Although I got one answer wrong because I said that Caterpie did not evolve into Butterfree. Which, technically I'm right, Caterpie evolves to the Metapod, and then Metapod evolves to the Butterfree. I guess you want to get, super analytical, Caterpie would eventually evolve into Butterfree, just they kind of missed the middle part. I actually think they fixed that in Fire Red, where they say, if Mewtwo evolves into Butterfree, I think you actually have to answer no, but I think here I got it mixed up. Because, yeah, Caterpie evolves to the Metapod. Metapod evolves to Butterfree. I'm not salty. Who's salty? Blaine's up. Psychic one-shots his first 2 Pokemon, and then 2 shots his other 2 stronger Pokemon. And I beat Blaine while taking a lick of damage. Or hardly a lick of damage. The footage is actually going by so quickly, it's hard to tell sometimes. So I'm going to end up depositing in some more items because I don't need to catch anything else. I don't need much, in all honesty, but there are going to be some items I'm going to want to make some room for as I accidentally activate Trainer Battle, make my way back to Viridian to challenge Giovanni. And we're going to really speed up the footage here because you guys do not want to see me walking for 10 minutes at a time and then me being a stumbling idiot over my words. Will I cut some stuff out? Probably. I'm probably gonna like watch this back and thinking, oh god, what am I doing? Why did I think this was a good idea? You gotta experiment every now and again. Variety is the spice of life, you know? That's about some of the trainers here in Viridian Gym. I eventually went way to Giovanni, and you know, in every Nuzlocke I've done, Giovanni has never actually been an issue for me, and here's not much different. Ice Beam for his ground types, and then Psychic will take care of the Needle line since they're part poison. I can talk! I easily get the Earth Badge, and now it's time to head to Victory Road, where I have one more standoff against my rival before taking on the Elite Four. Not much changes here. Thunderbolt for Pidgeot, Ice Beam for Growlithe, Psychic for... No, sorry. Ice Beam for Rhyhorn, Psychic for Growlithe, Body Slam for Alakazam, which took 2 shots surprisingly, Thunderbolt for Blastoise, and Ice Beam for his Execute as well. Still easy. Now I'm just going to go through Victory Road quickly, again avoiding every trainer possible, and I actually think you could probably avoid most of the trainers in this section of the game except for a couple. Probably could avoid them all if I tried a little bit harder, but you know, it is what it is. We eventually got to our endgame somehow, and it's not like these trainers are that hard in retrospect. But I want to get into the Elite Four at a lower level as possible. Let's just see just how easy it is for Mewtwo just to squash the Elite Four at a ridiculously low level. I think when I did like my optimized playthrough, I think my team was in like the low 40s when I got there. If you haven't checked it out, please watch it. I actually had a lot of fun making that video. Am I going to be doing like easy videos like this all the time? No. Like I said, this channel is called Furious Challenges. I need to just spice things up, and like I said, I just got over a nasty little thing that we all know and have come to tolerate. Unfortunately, some of us still, you know, hate it. I mean, it's not fun. Don't get me wrong, it's not fun. It is the worst. Whereas this is just kind of my way of easing back into the channel before I take on some of the more frustrating challenges. And the next video I have planned, it is going to be frustrating. I won't spoil it here, but it will be a Generation 2 Nuzlocke using a theme team. But we'll get to that when I get to that, which will probably be in a couple of weeks. Wait, we make it to the Elite Four, and first up, of course, is Lorelei. Thunderbolt's going to be able to take care of most of her team with no issues here, and I think Body Slam just for her jinx, since that's the only Pokemon on her team that isn't a part water type. And thanks to Mewtwo's like 1 in 4 chance of being a crit, getting crits often enough is not difficult. Lorelei's easily defeated, moving on to Bruno. Ice Beam for his Onyxes, and then Psychic for his fighting type Pokemon, who I outspeed them all. Bruno is just easily the worst member of the Elite Four, and both iterations he's in. Poor Bruno, he can't catch a break. This is why we don't talk about Bruno. Hey, Agatha's turn. Here it's just as easy. Psychic can easily wipe her team. I just want to make sure I have, you know, enough Psychic PP. I did get confused and hit myself once, but thankfully only once. That could have gone south really quickly. Okay, I hit myself twice actually. I actually ran out of PP for Psychic, but that's okay. I take care for last Gengar before moving on to Lance, where I don't need Psychic. That's the move I'm talking about here. Thunderbolt takes care of his Gyarados, and Ice Beam for the rest of his team, pretty much, who get one-shotted. And of course, Dragonite has a quad weakness to it, so yeah, there. No damage taken. I'm gonna, though, use an item to restore some of my PP for Psychic as I challenge my rival. Here we go, last battle. Thunderbolt for Pidgeot, who actually lives the first attack. Body Slam for Alakazam, who, again, that's a 2-shot. Ice Beam for Rhydon, that was a 1-shot. Psychic for Arcanine, 2-shot, uses Ember, weak. Execute, Ice Beam. Actually, yeah, Execute has a high special set too, so it's pretty bulky. I'm down to about half now, half health. And a crit Thunderbolt takes care of Blastoise, and that's the challenge. Holy moly. Like I said, I think doing all this took me just under 3 hours. But I'm honestly curious if you actually enjoyed this format. Let me know in the comments below if you actually want me to do more videos like this in the future, just doing quick Nuzlocks with really strong Pokemon, just to see how OP they actually are, but I don't think I could do any Nuzlocke that might be faster than this one. Anyway, this was quick. It's time to put the Game Boy down. My name is Jeffrey Yuri, and I will see you all very soon. Bye!